What is in your life that you do every day that is preparing you for a successful marriage? What is in your life that you do every day that is preparing you for financial freedom? What is in your life that you do every day that is preparing you for your role in the ordination God has given to you? You see these three areas. Number one, your spirituality. Number two, your finances. Number three, your social life. These three areas, there must be activities in your daily routine that is equipping you and you know, better qualifying you for what is ahead. These three areas, like I said, number one, your spirituality. There are people that don't pray, they don't fast, they don't study the word, they claim that they are gifted. Brother, sister, listen to me. You will live your life begging. You will live your life serving people. You will live your life serving people that are not nearly as gifted as you, like you, because you are not committed to pay the price for that God has locked on your inside to manifest. You will live your life going around mocking people. You know, there are people that come around places where things are working, and the first thing they do in their heart is, well, they are trying here. However, there are one or two things they can improve on. And go and check them. Nothing is working in their own life. Yet they are going around correcting people. If you are so good, why can't you put in the work to manifest? Many people don't know what they are contending with. Spirits are eating away time from your life. One day you will realize that your abilities will begin to dwindle. If you are here and God has shown you anything, any encounter, any dream, any word of prophecy, any confirmation from the scripture that you will be great, lift your hand above your head. Be honest, everybody. Be honest. You see the number of... Look, see, some people didn't lift up their hand, and I know why. Now, if you are here, that in every day of your life, you do something towards that thing God have shown you. Raise your hand above your head. Every day of your life, you do something. You see, the numbers is reducing. Now, if you are here, and part of what you are doing, let me show you something. You know why we meet every Friday? You know why? No matter how busy I am, Anagkazo must still hold. You know why sometimes I will delegate the meeting for somebody else to take it, just so that it must hold? It's because we have built a routine. And routine is sustained by consistency. What it means is that even me now, no matter how busy I become, no matter how engaged I am put under pressure, because I know that God is counting on me to bring fresh word for his people. I cannot be careless with my own life, because the routine also holds me accountable. Do you think it's every day you feel like praying? Every day you feel like studying the word? Your future is inside your routine. Tomorrow is in your routine. Your tomorrow is inside that routine you are doing. You'll be doing it daily. You'll be doing it daily, doing it daily. Before you know it, somebody will wake up one day uninformed and say, "Kai, some people are just lucky." That has been your practice for many years. You know what David's routine is? Every day he carries the sheep into the wilderness. All the elderly ones that are better prepared for danger, they were resting at home. While he was in the wilderness, a bear will charge at him. God will not slay the bear. God will teach his finger to war. Then he will use whatever is at his disposal, because as at that time, a Fulani did not plan that he was going to war. So the only thing he can concoct quickly, he found a stone and a sling, and he quickly deployed it as a weapon. And God was teaching this guy. Another day, when they help him to tame the fury of a bear, they say, let's bring the king of that ecosystem. Let's see whether he can overcome it. A lion will charge. You know, Samson actually killed a lion. But we knew that he killed the lion by divine enablement, because there was a supernatural factor that comes upon him. You know what David killed a lion through? Rehearsal. A lion charged at him, and the lion took one of the kid. He took one of the kid. He took it in his mouth. David pursued a lion, killed the lion, removed the kid from the lion's mouth. He entered a typology of the Messiah inside that story. When God watches that, he is impressed. He said, who is this that began to show a taste of what the Messiah will do? He put his life at stake for one small kid. A day will come, a major challenge will come out in a generation, and that same young man who has been turning that sling, nobody saw. On that fateful day, while he was turning the sling, Goliath felt mocked. He says, am I the one you are coming before like I'm a dog? Because such weapons, such apparatus are supposed to be used for lower lives that don't really understand the real things that causes damage in war. And Goliath came with a spear, with a sword. Hi! You know, there is one picture I saw. David looked like he was by the ankle of Goliath. And Goliath casted a shadow on him. Goliath blocked the sun. As Goliath stood like this, his back covered the sun. So a shade. It was a big lump of a man. Guess what? He didn't use a sword. He used the same old weapon. His routine. Your destiny is inside your routine. If you don't have a routine, you don't have any destiny. What must you do now? If you are writing, what must you do on a daily basis that will bring you closer and closer to your desired end? I'm not the one to tell you. You are the one that know what God told you about your destiny. What must you do daily that will continue to sharpen your skill, that will continue to prepare you for what God told you he will do through your life? Some of you have seen yourself speaking to thousands of people. By this time, you ought to be reading books on public speaking. You ought to be reading books on communication. You ought to be applying many principles that people who have gone ahead of you are ready to discuss with you. But no. You know, there are too many people that will see glorious destiny with their eyes, but their feet will never enter there, because they are not willing to put in the diligence, to put those routines that can bring them there. What I'm telling you is that once upon a time, it will look like a rehearsal only you is doing. But in the nearest future, it will become your stage of announcement. Make sure that every day something is intentionally being done in your life, preparing you for what God told you about. We are going to shake the nations. You have gone for one whole day, no fasting, no prayer, no study of the word, nothing. No meditation, no intentionally listening to a message. And time is going. One day will turn to 1 week. 1 week becomes a month. 1 month turns to a year. You turn your back, you have lost 20 years. Because you are just being flexible. Every day is flexibility. You will need to become more intentional about your use of day. You will arrest your time. A student that has a reading culture as his routine every day, he knows by 9 p.m. to 12, I will be in class. He is ultimately going to outperform that other student that reads by inspiration, how he feels. Reads by emotion. He just wakes up one day and buy Coke and Nescafe and shake it and say TDB. The next time the class will see him is after 2 weeks again. He wakes up again and say, oh boy, man need to read now. Then you will now realize there's somebody that goes every day. Every day he goes. Later they will look at him and say bookworm. They'll look at him, they'll say brain box. All these funny names they are giving you. is that they are jealous of your routine. Your routine is reminding them that you are failing, you are failing, you are failing gradually. And a man can be failing and he knows. He knows he's failing, but he just needs more people to join him so that they can form an association. You want to watch film when you are supposed to be reading. But the reason why, as you are watching it, you will now be feeling like, but just look at your life. Look at your life. Is this why you are here? Then, as that voice wants to bring you to a place of repentance, one of your friends will now come and say, oh boy, this film tough. That the voice has been, I beg, leave me, I beg. Now, association continues to strengthen the cord of failure. Then you will now have a large group of Kaduna State Association of Failures. They meet and they gist. They say, oh boy, this life, what do you even do this life, self? If you get money, you go die, live and stew. Now them. You listen, let me tell you something, listen. Reject and avoid anybody that has an aura to make you settle. Settle into a situation of, you know, bankruptcy to make you. There are young men here who have already retired. They are retirees now. You are 25 years, you have given up in life. You just wake up and the first thing is hissing. You hiss when you wake up. You have given up. The only thing you are waiting now is, I can't kill myself so that I will not go to hell. But when will this thing end? People are laughing about something funny that happened. They say, what is funny about this thing? They're so bitter. Every is negative. You need to begin to observe the energy around people. There are people, if they spend 5 minutes with you, a sense of worthlessness will settle upon you. You will begin to feel like you are worthless. You begin to feel like your life has no meaning. It will be wisdom to identify them and weed them out like weed. If they call your line, say, you know if you see me. I'm sharing the things I'm sharing with you out of a place of experience. There are people that sit with you and the spirits that have chained them, they will have access to talk to you briefly. Just because you allow them into your space. There are people that always want you to feel like you are over sabi. They say you are Ajayi. Because they say, you rest now. You know what? Because your action, your routine is reminding them that you are failing. You are failing. They see you woke up and you first prayed. As you are praying, they first start hissing and say, people know if you sleep. From the beginning, your routine. And why you are praying is not because you enjoy it. It's because you have bound yourself to a routine that every morning by this time, the heavens must hear my voice. Then they wake up later. You know, there are people that sleep and wake up still feeling tired. Defeated already. They just wake up and do. The kind of back pain what they feel right now, man. I know, I just want to eat something, sleep. Mark them quickly. Then they see you. You carry a novel, carry a book with a jotter. You are reading, jotting down principles. They come and say, oh boy, you still there, they read this thing. We have had many roommates. Some of us have had neighbors. You are paying the price to call the attention of favor from God. You are going to church and praying for your destiny while you are a student like them. When you are coming back, they were sitting, gisting since, and they saw you. Guilt entered their heart. Out of that guilt, they decide to mock you. Mark them and avoid them. When people know that they cannot draw you into their space, they begin to criticize and condemn and mock you. And when you see the mockery coming back to back, cut off that association. Cut it off. You are not the same.